One army conquered half of the known world in just 10 years. Imagine it. Colossal territories, millions of people under one flag, all by the sheer force of weapons. But how? The truth is, it's almost never about raw numbers. The strength of an army is a hidden code that only a select few ever understood. Today, you will find out which armies truly changed the course of history and why their tactics still work to this very day. And as for the ultimate secret behind their victories, the one that completely flips everything we know about warfare, I will reveal that a bit later. What actually makes an army the most powerful? Is it just a massive crowd holding swords or rifles? No, that is a myth. Real power lies in discipline, technology, logistics, and the willingness to adapt. Some of the armies on our list today will genuinely surprise you. We are going to travel all the way from antiquity to modern times to deconstruct these genius military machines from the inside out. Believe me, size does not matter here. Let's get into it. The 13th century. The Mongol cavalry enters the stage. Their ultimate weapon was extreme mobility and, frankly, psychological terror. They attacked like ghosts and vanished just as fast. But there was another secret. Genghis Khan completely destroyed aristocracy within his ranks. The position of a general wasn't handed to a duke's son. It went to whoever fought the best. This was meritocracy in action. The result? The fastest and largest land expansion in human history. They simply rewrote the rules of the game on the fly, moving back to antiquity. Alexander the Great. His army perfected the famous phalanx. Picture a wall of giant pikes, called sarissas, up to 6 meters long. Add heavy cavalry delivering a decisive strike from the flank, and you get the perfect hammer and anvil. The scoreboard speaks for itself. 0 defeats in the open field. Alexander led his men into battle personally, and this leadership factor made his soldiers fanatically loyal. By the way, this exact loyalty almost destroyed his empire, but more on that at the very end. By the way, if you want to uncover the hidden side of history and the secrets they don't teach you in school, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We drop deep dives like this regularly, and you definitely don't want to miss our upcoming breakdown on secret societies. Next up, the Roman legions. This was the world's very first corporate army. Here, standardization was everything. Identical weapons, identical training, ruthless professionalism. But few people know that Rome's greatest weapons were actually the shovel and the axe. The engineering troops of a legion could build a fully fortified fort in the middle of an open field in a single night. Rome could lose a battle, but they always won the war because of their unbelievable logistics and endless resources. The 15th century. The Ottomans create the Janissaries, the first regular, professional infantry in Europe since the fall of Rome. These warriors knew no life other than war. But the real game-changer was artillery. The Ottomans were the first to realize that the future belonged to gunpowder. The fall of the impenetrable city of Constantinople was a direct result of their massive cannons. Combine that with a multi-ethnic force where the best minds from all over the world forged victory for the Sultan, and you have an unstoppable powerhouse. Then came Napoleon's Grand Army. The French emperor revolutionized warfare by introducing the corps system. He broke his army down into autonomous groups, each capable of fighting independently and moving at lightning speed. Napoleon used to say that soldiers win battles with their legs, not their bayonets. The morale of the French, fueled by the ideas of liberty, shattered the old European armies. This was a force that didn't just change the map, it changed global politics forever. And of course, we cannot leave out the Spartans, a society entirely transformed into a military camp. Professionals fighting against amateurs. Their power lay in absolute submission to the formation. A Spartan did not exist outside of the phalanx. And even though their numbers were small, the mere sight of them on the battlefield caused enemies to panic before the fight even started. Now, let's shatter the biggest stereotype of all. The largest army in history almost never won. Huge crowds of soldiers are a complete nightmare for supply lines. What made armies truly great were three things: an idea, logistics, and the ability to adapt to the enemy. This is why giants like the Soviet Army of the Cold War era or the million-man armies of ancient China were left off our list. Yes, they were massive, but were they always efficient? A massive size often just hides massive internal flaws. So, what actually decides the outcome of a conflict? If you look closely, every single legendary army shares the exact same pattern. It is always a blend of technological innovation, iron discipline, and a charismatic leader.
Wait for my command.
An army is simply a perfect mirror of the civilization that created it. It is only as strong as the society behind it. Remember, history never remembers the most numerous. It only remembers the most effective. Which army from this list do you think was truly the strongest in history? Or maybe we missed someone. Write your take in the comments below. I'll definitely be reading them. And make sure to turn on notifications. In the next video, we are breaking down the most disastrous military campaigns that destroyed great empires, all because of one stupid mistake. See you in the next video.